Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
Hello and welcome into the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm your host tonight, Cassidy Wood. The Battle in Buccos in San Diego taking on the Padres as we speak. The Padres just scored, though. Unfortunately, it's now 1-0, I believe, in the fourth. Mitch Keller on the bump through 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 strikeout. So not the best right now for old Mitch Keller. I'm joined alongside the wonderful Suzie Cool tonight. And Suze, I mean, the last 2 games, 2-game win streak going into this one, 19 unanswered runs, everybody really high. It's a complete anomaly for what this season has been for the Pirates. And, you know, going to San Diego, maybe they can win 3 straight for the first time this season, which would be huge. So we'll see how this one pans out. Still early, but fortunately they are down right now, 1-0.
I did tell you this earlier. I feel like this series against the Padres is really going to be the series that shows Pirates fans that this team is on the up and up, right? Whenever you look at the series ever since Don Kelly has taken over, he has won. He won the one against the Braves. He split the one against the Brewers, won the one against the Reds, and then the Phillies and Mets, who are also decent teams, he unfortunately lost. Wins the one against the Diamondbacks, pretty big with those 19 unanswered runs. So the Padres, they're second in the NL West behind the World Series champs from last year, the Dodgers. I think that this is going to be their biggest test yet.
Yeah, it will be. And I mean, you mentioned the Don Kelly era that we're in right now. I mean, they've won 6 of their last 10, which is a big turnaround compared to, you know, what it was like at the start of the season. So, you know, maybe this was the right move. I mean, I know initially when Shelty, you know, was let go, a lot of people were wondering why not clean house, why not also let go of Ben Cherington. And Nutting came out and said, look, I think we can still win this season. I don't want to blow it all up because we don't know what could potentially happen. And a lot of people thought he was crazy for that. And now look, you know, 6 of the last 10. That's a pretty big swing compared to how the season started.
Yeah, and again, I'll be interested to see how they do against the rotation for the Padres, but you have to look at what they did offensively against the Diamondbacks the last 2 nights. It's Friday, right? It is Friday. Yes. I'm here on Nightly Sports Call. So on Wednesday, they combined for 11 hits or 12 hits. Yesterday, they combined for 12 hits. And whenever you look at that lineup, they weren't just seeing production from O'Neal Cruz and Andrew McCutchen. You saw Henry Davis with back-to-back days with 2 hits. Jared Triolo was in the mix. IKF had a 3-hit day yesterday. So they're seeing production from everywhere right now, which was a major reason of concern or a major point of concern for this team this season. So is that on the up and up right now too?
Yeah, and they have to hit consistently, right? I mean, Brian Reynolds has been so up and down, and then he hits that 3-run homer in the 8th to win it, and, you know, and that kind of sparked all of this. And then you're right, it was sprinkled out. Henry Davis, though, I want to talk about him for a little bit because he was so exciting, had such a solid game here against the Brewers, and then that next night he was out of the lineup. A lot of people wondering why. Well, now with Joey Bard on the injured reserve, it's kind of giving Davis a chance to step up big here, and I mean, he's doing just that. He's proving to be a very consistent hitter. Well, I say very consistent for this offense, but man, what a bright light for this team.
No, and I think, you know, unfortunately, Joey Bard out of the lineup right now. However, it's giving Henry Davis that opportunity to take ownership of the role that he was supposed to be given, you know, a couple of years ago. Maybe not supposed to be given, but maybe jump into, right? Now he has that opportunity to prove to people what he can actually do behind the dish for this team rather than out in right field. And right now he's living up to why he was that first overall draft pick for the Pirates in 2021. I also want to look at the last 2 days whenever it comes to bullpen pitching as well. Yes, Paul Skeens had a great day yesterday. However, Mike Burrows struggled on Wednesday. I'm really getting confused with the days, but the bullpen still held it together for him. So right now, all of these pieces are finally looking like they are working together. And again, it brings me back to, is it Don Kelly? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys seem to be buying in. There's definitely a little extra pep in the step, it feels like. amongst this ball club. And you have to wonder if it's that hometown kid taking control of the team and having everyone buy in. You know, it could just very well be that. All right, guys, this is our poll question for the night, the Xfinity question. Go ahead and scan your phone up there, tap the QR code. If you could have one rivalry play every year, which one would you choose? Pitt versus WVU or Pitt versus Penn State? We'll tell you why that's the poll question after this break. Give us a call as well, 412-575-2600. If you want to talk Steelers, want to talk some Pirates or some college football, give us a call. We'll be back. Welcome back. This is your Xfinity tweet of the night from Adam Crowley. After this season, the backyard brawl goes away until 2029. Pat Narduzzi says he wants it on the schedule next year. Also, he said he wants to get Penn State back on the schedule. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Pat Narduzzi was on the morning show this morning on The Fan and had a lot to say about these rivalry games. And I mean, it shocked me hearing him say this, Suze, because I'm sorry, Penn State this year is the favorite to win it all. They're kind of the, juggernaut that everyone's kind of pointing to, and they're like, all right, I could see them actually winning the college football championship this year. The best team in the nation is what people are predicting Penn State to be. Pat Narduzzi went on the radio this morning and said, we're ready. Let's line up right now. I want to take them on. It was funny. Here's the thing. I commend Pat's, aggressiveness and his competitive nature, but I would think maybe not this year. That would be a tough game for him. But needless to say, these rivalries are important, though. I do believe that. And the backyard brawl, I was down in West Virginia the past 4 years, covering it is so unlike anything else because everybody on whatever side you're on buys into this game and it's just so much fun. It brings out so many people. And the past 4 years, that game has come down to the final seconds and it would be like a late turnover or this crazy touchdown catch. And that's what ends the game. So it's been really, really exciting football to watch. I definitely think that both those rivalries, honestly, should be in the schedule every year, but if not both, maybe one.
I was going to say, I don't know how you don't have both these games on your schedule, or at least one of them. These are the games that draw fans to the games, right? Especially that backyard brawl atmosphere. That's even bled into other sports between Pitt and WVU. So I think if you have to keep one on the schedule every single year, I'm picking Pitt WVU. I don't know about you, Cass, but that's also, I feel like, a little bit of an easier drive for people. Not that Happy Valley is that far away, but just proximity, it brings a lot of people here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would have to go that. I'm kind of biased, though. I've been able to cover the game, but I just know how great it is and how much of a juggernaut Penn State is right now. I just don't. That wouldn't be a very exciting game. So I would have to advocate for Pitt WVU, but we'll see what the viewers have to say later in the show. We do have some people calling in, though. So let's start it with Bob in Beachview. He wants to talk about the one and only Aaron Rodgers. Bob, what's going on?
Yeah, geez, oh man, I think it's Starkey had a Post-Gazette article yesterday about Aaron Rodgers not showing up yet. And it occurred to me, I was a mystical fan of his. We didn't see him all the time, but the highlights showed him doing impossible passes. But my question is, if he didn't do it last year in New York, why are we waiting for him? And please don't cut me off because my brother's watching something else on TV.
Okay. Well, Bob, I have to agree with you. Look, 4-12 last year, not great. It's not even close to being 500. So, I was not excited about Aaron Rodgers, even the thought of him coming here when the new league year started in March and all of this started. It's been months of this saga that we've been talking about, and he's still not here. It's the same conversation that we've been having now for months. And I do think that, unfortunately, it's making the Steelers organization not look the best waiting for this guy. Maybe they have an idea of when he's actually going to show up here. Who knows? But the fact that he didn't show up for OTA is not a great sign. Next week, we have another round of OTAs. I doubt he'll be there for that. The big test is going to be come June 10th when minicamp starts, if he shows up then. well, it's a wait and see game. I mean, it really is. There's no predicting what this guy is going to do, but I have to agree with you. I don't think it's going to be great bringing him here. At the end of the day, he maybe gets you one more win than Mason Rudolph. And on the opposite, on the flip side of that, it's going to screw up like your entire locker room. It's going to mess with just the whole camaraderie of the team is going to go down the toilet, honestly, if that guy comes in here. So I think the cons outweigh the pros with this dude.
Yeah, and I think from everything that we've seen from OTAs, a lot of the younger guys and the older guys that have showed up are really buying into this system. They really want to be here. So do you want to bring Aaron Rodgers in, who kind of is like a ticking time bomb? You don't exactly know what you're getting with him. But my question for you, Cass, is do you think we'll even know this answer to if Aaron Rodgers is even coming here by training camp?
I would have to say yes, because I would hope that if he doesn't show up by July 24th,
then
it's done.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this saga ends here. We're done. I would hope. But I mean, it's really concerning that we've had such a quarterback issue here in Pittsburgh for as long as we have. I don't know why we can't figure it out. My hope is that maybe in next year's draft, they get lucky and get a guy in here who can fix all of this, because it's been years of this. But, my hopes aren't high. At this point, I'm just so tired. I just give the reins to Mason. I've said it from day one.
I agree with that. Again, like you said, Aaron Rodgers, he might get that one more win compared to Mason Rudolph. So why are you going to waste your time on that? And especially because he's older. I mean, how many seasons does he have left? 1, maybe 2. I don't know. But I don't see the benefit really of bringing him here and bringing all this drama on top of it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Josiah in San Antonio. Josiah, what's going on?
Hey, Cassidy. Hey, Suzie. I don't get the Steelers lately. From the draft with Harmon, from what I understood, the guy has a rotator's cuff injury and a labral tear. And then from them trading Pickens, I mean, don't get me wrong, Pickens is a crybaby. He's always complaining. But I'd rather have him and DK playing compared to DK and Robert Woods. Are you kidding me? Robert Woods, to me, it's like Van Jefferson. And then last but not least, the stuff with Rodgers. I mean, he made some comments on NFL Network that he still hasn't made a commitment. I mean, what the heck are the Steelers thinking? I mean, they're going backwards.
Yeah, I mean, with Aaron Rodgers stuff, agree with everything you said. And yeah, I forget. What did he say before that? I just totally blanked.
It's about the wide receivers, Robert Woods.
Yeah.
He'd rather
trading Pickens. Here's the thing with Pickens. I think he had such a stellar rookie year that people are kind of forgetting the sophomore slump he had. Like, he really didn't have... I forget what his completion percentage is right now off the top of my head, but I just distinctly remember watching games where it would be an easy catch. He would get separation from the DB, and it would be an easy catch, and he would try to do it one-handed or some spin move to try to, be cute with it or whatever, and then he'd drop the ball. Like, there were so many times that happened. I just remember it vividly. So, yeah, he's a great talent, but when you look at his numbers last year and what he actually did on the field last year, I don't think it really warrants keeping him here, given all the baggage that kind of comes with him.
Yep.
And that argument could be made the same for Aaron Rodgers. So it is crazy to me to think that the Steelers are willing to wait so long for a quarterback that's putting them through all of this, and they know what they're getting with him, but they're going to give up, GP. I mean, it is a weird situation. I will say this, though. Josiah, remember, there are like 6 tight ends on this roster now. So, I mean, the Steelers just traded for, or apparently are in talks for Jonnu Smith from Miami. If he comes in here, that's yet another tight end, yet another receiver. So maybe in the wide receiver room, there's only like 2 or 3 guys. But if they have all these tight ends in here, maybe they don't need a wide receiver too.
Yeah, and we saw the tight ends make plays last year. That was our big thing on every blade of grass, right? Get it to Freiermuth, get it to Darnell Washington. So, I mean, they have other options at other positions, but that wide receiver position definitely still is a little bit up in the air this season as well.
Yeah, and we know Arthur Smith's offense, too. He loves the tight end. So we'll see what happens this fall. But I do think that if they're able to get a solid tight end group in here, I do think Robert Woods still has some play left in him. He won a Super Bowl last year, so bringing that here is very beneficial. So we'll see how that all pans out. All right, Tom in Beaver Falls. Tom wants to talk about Henry Davis.
Hi, I just want to say, I'm tired of talking about Aaron Rodgers, so let's talk about the Pirates a little bit. I think you see the impact of a coaching change on some players throughout the Pirates lineup. I think Henry Davis is huge. He's comfortable behind the plate. He's comfortable hitting, and he is performing. So I'd like your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, like we started the show commending Henry Davis. I think, you know, he was a great get for the Pirates. I think from after he had that complete game a couple weeks ago, and then it was against the Brewers, I believe. And then the next night, you know, was out of the lineup. Joey Bart started. I thought we should have kept playing him. I thought the Pirates should have kept him in the lineup because, Suzie, as you and I have talked about before, this season is kind of not a wash necessarily, but like, why not play the younger guys at this point? You know you're not going to go deep in this postseason, so why not see what those younger guys can bring? And now that they're consistently having one of those younger guys in the lineup, check it out. We're seeing some great production from that. So.
Yeah, and I think the problem with Henry Davis, and I know a lot of people are going to agree with this, is the fact that a couple of years ago they trial run him in right field, and that's not his natural position. I hate when people just get shoved to the outfield. I will argue that until the day that I die, every single time and time again. So that just didn't work out. Mentally, he's playing a position he's not comfortable with, and then he gets to the plate and he's not contributing hitting-wise. So now he's in that position of comfort, and you're seeing what he can actually do.
Yep, agree with you on that one. All right, guys, remember, scan your phone up there if you want to participate in the poll. If you could have one rivalry play each year, which one would you choose? And we're going to head to our last break. Give us a call, 412-575-2600.